What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Good to have y'all here. Whoa. Let's turn that down a little. What's going on, Dad? How you doing, man? Tyler, Brianna, Debbie, James, Dave. Yo-Yo won't be on this weekend for the event. Curious how it'll go? Bro, I'm pretty curious, too. It's actually Friday. So, if you can make a Friday, I know it's some people's weekend, some people it's not your weekend. I decided to move it from Saturday to Friday so that people that work on the weekends specifically will be able to come. Although it seems that there are some people that still work on Friday, or rather won't be able to make it on a Friday still. Unfortunately. Welcome, though. Good to have you guys here. If you're coming in, make sure you hit that like button, drop a share if you'd be so kind. This is going to be the community discussion here. Excuse me. Or the event community discussion, I should say. Hang on. Oh boy, what did I just do? All right, let me get in here, guys. So this is just going to be kind of a listening stream. Get you guys caught up on what's going to be going on with the upcoming event. All right, welcome everybody. If you guys are just coming in, it is 6:01. Plan on getting started at 6 o'clock here. We're going to give it another minute for a few stragglers to jump in here. If you guys aren't already aware, this is going to be the Run for Your Life event. There's been some updates on the details if you want to check those out in the community event channel. And ideally, I'd like to get 3 teams of runners and 3 teams of hunters. So if you guys have friends that are interested in the event, definitely try to get them to come out for it. It looks like we will be able to do, 3 teams of each so far with as many people that have signed up. But if we can get even more people, that'd be great. I'll be honest, though, too many people might be too much for this event. There is an event map, if you guys haven't seen it yet. It's in the event channel. Just click on it and you'll be able to see it. You can blow that up, take a quick look at it. So the red areas, those are going to be toxic areas, radiation areas. You can technically go into those areas. You will get hurt. You will have the option to be able to find antidotes and things like that. But ideally, you want to completely ignore or go around these red areas. On top of the red areas, there's going to be zombies infesting the entire map that are also going to be quite a threat and a challenge. They are strong as far as how much damage they're going to do when they hit you, and they're also going to be strong as far as how much damage they're going to be able to take. All of the damage overall for all weapons and everything is going to be modified for this event as well. So keep that in mind. Just because you hit somebody with a hatchet doesn't mean you're going to kill them in 1 or 2 hits. It might take several to really, put them down. So something that can be that should be considered is all weapon modification for all weapons. Out here, besides the zombies, there are going to be the hunters that are going to be hunting you, obviously. But besides the hunters and the zombies, there are going to be other threats. There are going to be just random packs of survivors, we'll say, that will kill hunters, they'll kill zombies, and they will kill runners. So they are in this for themselves. It's pretty much a free-for-all for everybody out there. Even runners among other runner teams, you're not going to be working with them together. You're not going to necessarily be going out of your way to attack each other, but you're not going to be working together. You're not going to be like, oh, we're going to work with this team to go kill these hunters or something along those lines. No, it's definitely not the case. So yeah, these groups are going to be, they won't be roaming the map. They're going to be similar to the toxic locations. They're going to be set in certain areas. So these are areas that you're going to have to avoid or sneak through. You're going to have to be really observant as a runner. It's one thing I want to point out to people. I know a lot of people think that this is going to kind of be mindless. Definitely not. There's definitely going to be some strategy involved. You're going to have to be observant. You can't just go charging. You pretty much can't just sprint the entire time. I think that's some people's mindset. As a runner, they're going to go into this thinking like, oh, this is going to be easy to win. I'm just going to run the whole time, never stop running, and I'll be good to go. That's definitely not going to be the case. Like I said, you're going to have to be observing areas as you move into them. Either for zombies, and keep in mind, zombies will only be attracted to you if you're making yourself noticeable. So if you are sprinting, for instance, that's going to make you more noticeable. If you're just walking, the zombies aren't going to notice you. They'll just think you're another zombie. But if they see you sprinting past, if you're making a lot of noise, if you're attacking somebody, if you're shooting a gun, you set off an explosion, because there's going to be proximity mines, things along those lines, those are going to attract zombies to your location. So you want to make sure that you are going to be sneaky at certain times when you need to be. You know, if you got 20 zombies in front of you, you're not going to want to just go charging right through them. You're probably going to want to, you know, think, maybe I'll just walk over this way, or maybe I'll just try to walk through the pack and blend in. As hunters, they're going to definitely be looking for people that are running, and they're going to be looking for trails of zombies. I mean, if I was a hunter and I'm out there, I'd be like, I'm just going to go around until I see zombies leading me to somebody, essentially. So definitely needs to be some strategy involved. There's going to be these areas with other survivors. They will be armed with melee weapons and limited pistols as well. So everybody's going to be pretty much on the same page when it comes to the weaponry. There's nothing overpowered. It's all pretty much weak. Even though pistols are going to be really weak as far as the damage they do. So when you come into these areas with a lot of survivors, you're going to really want to take it cautiously. You might not want to just go running through a camp, end up getting shot up, stabbed, what have you. So that's pretty much some of the things I wanted to explain about the basics of this. I know a lot of people are kind of confused. They don't totally understand the concept. But if you do look at that map that's posted up, you can see everybody's going to be starting down there in the start area. Everybody. As soon as you come in, and keep in mind, you will need to create a new character for this. Even if you were in the last event. Even if you had a character in the last event, when you come in this time, you're going to have to create a completely new character. You will spawn down there at the star area. There is a spot down there to modify your clothing. Now, this is going to be crucial. This is something we got to go over with the clothing. But let me come back to that really quick. Down here in the starting area, there will be a store for runners to be able to purchase their items, their starting out items. Those are going to be medical items, some melee weapons, things along those lines. You'll be able to purchase those things down there. Hunters, you will have a specific area down there where you will be able to teleport to your base, which is going to be up here in Stab City. Hunters will have their own unique store up there that they will be able to access, and they will also be able to access dirt bikes, motorcycles, only two-wheeled vehicles. Those will cost money. Everything is going to cost money. You'll start out with $10,000. Each member of your team will start out with $10,000. Just to give you an idea, a pistol is going to be $5,000. Ammo, I think, is around $2,000. So probably only one person in your party is going to have a pistol. You're going to need to have other things, you know what I mean? Melee weapons is going to be your primary source of attacking and defending. You're going to have medical equipment. There's going to be certain other things I'm not going to get too much into detail about that you'll have to spend your money on as well. So really planning out how you're going to be spending your money as a team, and probably pooling your money is going to be pretty important and something that you guys need to consider. What's going on, guys? If you're just joining us in chat, this is the community event discussion. So I am talking to a bunch of people in Discord right now. So if you're wondering what's happening, this is basically what's happening. We're going to have some people discussing things as well. Okay, so one thing I need to get into is going to be, we're just going to go down the rundown that's already explained in the event channel. The runners are going to start off at the southeast of the map. They must make their way to the islands north of Polito while navigating around the toxic area, the undead, and the hunters. Melee weapons are going to be the primary weapon. Pistols will be available, but for a high price, like I said. Teams are going to be randomized. some people aren't happy about this, but I just want to explain this to you guys. I want this to be kind of a team building event, a community building event. A lot of people get in their cliques and they want to stay in their cliques, and they're always playing and just talking to the same people over and over and over. And I mean, I can understand that and relate to that to some degree, but at the end of the day, this is a giant community where we should all be one big clique. So I want to try to get more people introduced to each other. There's a lot of people out there that might have a really good friend in the server that they just haven't met yet. I mean, that's the reality of it. So we want to get you guys set up together into these random teams so you can meet somebody that you never might have met before. Now you have a chance to meet these people. And this would be a good chance for some people that run around as loners, that you don't know anybody. Now you're getting forced kind of to be put together with some people that you might make some connections with and end up role-playing with, inside the regular server. Vanessa says, teams are randomized. I'm fine with that, but are we supposed to have colors? Yes, this is all pretty much explained. Each team is going to be required to have a unique color, red, yellow, green, etc. I'm going to jump into the server to show you guys an example of that. It's going to be the same for the hunters. They're going to be dressed a little bit uniquely as well. So we're going to get into all of that. I'm going to jump into the server. I have 2 characters that I have prepped so far to give you a demo of what they're going to look like. Keep in mind, guys, in this discussion, if you guys have anything you want to add, questions, input, ideas, things like that, you can raise your hand and come up and speak. And we can try to accommodate as many ideas as we can. We just want to make sure we're not getting too far off the original idea. And we also don't want to make things too complex, considering we have 2 days until the event is going to be released. So just keep that in mind as well. Jason, I don't know what you mean, bro. This is the event server. This is the event discussion. So here, let me think. All right, let me jump in. I'll jump into the server, and I think what I'm going to do is I should be able to share my screen, but we're all going to have to switch channels. So if we all move up one channel to the community discussion channel, right above this one, guys, I'll be able to share my screen, and I just want to do that so you guys can get an idea of what we're going to be looking for as far as clothing for both groups, hunters and runners. So everybody jump up to the channel above this one. Emily says Emily's team first.
Hey, Matt, are you still married to Becky Byers?
I'm going to say no, but let's keep this just to the event here, guys. We don't want to get off topic. Uh-oh. Is my 5M broken? All right, cool. It was doing this the other day, where it would just keep crashing over and over and over. I had to reinstall it. Hang on, guys. I mean, do you want us to have a new name or use the name and then this? Bro, that's completely up to you. Whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter. It's like Jared said, yeah, don't matter. Becky's married to everyone. She's a community type gal. Jenna! How you doing? Don't you be talking about me, baby. Okay, so let me get this shared. All right, everybody, if you click on me, you should be able to see my screen. All right, so I'm just going to go through this, assuming that you guys are all viewing. You can see the 2 characters that I have here on the end. This is going to be an example of a runner, the guy in the yellow here. Everything he's wearing is pretty much yellow. His shoes don't have to be yellow, but his pants, his shirt, his bag, those all need to be yellow. If he's going to have a hat on, that would need to be yellow as well. Your hunters, they're going to be set up pretty much looking like sadistic serial killers from The Purge, we'll say. So this is an example of the two. Your character has to be unique. Now, on the day that we have everybody set this up, we will be making sure that everybody looks according to the way that they are supposed to. If you don't look the way you're supposed to, we're going to ask you to change your clothing right there on the spot before you can attend and start in the event. So make sure when you get your chance to come in and set your character up ahead of time that you're going along with the guidelines that have been explained to you. Okay? So, we're just going to jump in really quick here. Oh my god, that's a lot of yellow. I look like I'm a member of the ambulance.
I'm unable to view it. Are you streaming this right now?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to jump into your stream then.
That's fine. All right, so here we go. So when you first spawn in, this is the location that you'll be spawning in at. You'll make your character right here. And you can initially you can set your clothing up and everything the way you want to. But if you do mess up, or if something does need to be re-edited, you'll be able to go over here. And those of you that were here for the stream, you can see the clothing aren't on the racks. Just the racks. But yeah, you'll be able to come over here to fix your clothing if you need to. Over here will be the store. So this is where you're going to be able to access your starting weapons. There's going to be medical equipment and some other items in here that I haven't gotten added in yet. But this is going to be the basics as far as how your weapon goes. Oh, there you can see the ammunition actually 3,000. So you can get an idea of how much things are going to cost. Like I said, everybody will start out with 10 grand.
Nah,
so...
Rhino, if you're talking right now, we can't hear you.
Oh, good lord. Sorry about that, guys. Let me go back and... What was the last thing that you guys heard me say?
I believe someone asked if you were streaming this. That was the last thing I heard.
Okay, so basically everybody will start out down here at this location. When you first create your character, this will be the spot that it spawns you in, and you'll be able to set up your character's clothing. You will be told ahead of time. So let me jump back really quick. You guys will be able to decide, okay, you're going to tell us, I want to either be a hunter or I want to be a runner. We will then assign you to either team A, B, or C for, if you're a hunter, you'll be in team A, B, or C. And then you'll be told ahead of time, okay, you're going to be in hunter team A. This is going to be how your character is going to look like, or the basis for how your character design is going to be. If you're going to be a runner, let's say you're on team A as a runner, you're going to be we're going to tell you, okay, yellow is going to be your primary color. So your pants, your shirt, and your bag, and your hat all have to be yellow. So when you go to create your character, you come in, you set it up here. If you mess up something, you accidentally skip ahead, you'll be able to come over here to this area and fix your clothing if you need to be able to fix your clothing. Or if staff says, hey, your clothing doesn't match appropriate or something needs changed, that's where you'll be able to do that at. Over here underneath this crane, this is going to be the runner's store. Like I said, the basic weaponry is in here. I haven't added in the medical equipment and some of the other items, but there will be more items in here that you guys will be able to access. If you are selected as a hunter, after you're finished making your character and making sure that your clothing is correct, you'll be able to come over here and access this to go to the hunter camp. And only the hunters will be able to access this. Okay, so this is the hunter camp up here. Right here is where they'll be able to rent their different types of bikes, we'll say. Oh, they'll have to have cash on them too. Right here they can access their cash. Over here is where they can access their items. Here's a zombie. Oh, good lord. Did that zombie really just duck me? Do I have a weapon? No. I just want to show you guys. If you're just using your fists, you can see how strong these zombies are. Okay? So they're going to definitely be tough. They're definitely a threat. And the reason for that is because we want runners running. We want them to be constantly running. I am like glowing right now. Now, if you're wondering why it looks like that, it's because I'm hurt. I've died. I lost all my stuff, so I don't have any medical equipment. But yeah, if you get hurt, you're going to need to make sure you have medical equipment right now. Oh, good lord. I need to switch this key. All right, so what I was trying to show you guys and explain here, which apparently my audio is coming in and out. Can you guys hear me now? I think you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. So what you guys can see is that the zombies are definitely tough. The whole idea behind this is, some people are going to be like, oh, this is dumb. Why can't I kill them easily? Guys, the whole idea behind this is that we want the runners to be running. We want there to definitely be a threat. So you need to be constantly on the run and moving. That's the idea here. Now, the idea between the hunters and the runners, obviously the runners are always going to be running. The hunters are specifically trying to kill the runners. But there needs to be some sort of a balance there. So the idea of the balance between that is going to be that the hunters will still be hunted to some degree by zombies and also by these areas where there will be other survivors just randomly located throughout the world. So there's definitely a lot of threat out here. So that's one thing that I personally have experienced while I'm out here testing this whole thing. So I really want to try to make everybody understand the whole mindset that you need to go into this. If you are a runner, we'll do a little bit of a backstory. If you're a runner, you could say that you were in your everyday life. You didn't come into this voluntarily. You didn't request to come in here. You didn't request to be a runner and participate in this sort of event. As a runner, you were, we'll say, kidnapped and dumped and told, put this clothing on. You're with these other people. Go try to get to that spot. If you get to that spot, you'll be free. You can go back to your everyday life. That's essentially how it should be looked at as a runner. If you've ever seen like the movie Saw, you know what I mean? These people were just, all of a sudden they got a needle in the neck and then they wake up and they're stuck in this maze. That's kind of how it is for the runners. Hunters, the way it should look at is hunters are murderers. They're prison inmates. And the way that this is done is that, you know, they take all these prison inmates and they put them here and then they watch them try to hunt down and kill just everyday people who try to run for their life. And it's all done on this island that's infected with undead people, as well as people out here just trying to live in this terrible world. And it could be ex-runners, it could be ex-hunters. You know what I mean? These people that you just randomly come across. Sounds like the movie Running Man. That was the initial idea for this whole thing, was that movie, yeah. So yeah, I just want to get everybody's head really understanding the perception that you need to come into this event for, depending on what side you sign up for, and that might sway you on what side you want to go for. So if you come into this thinking like, oh, you know, if I'm going to be a runner, I'm going to be able to, you know, hunt down and kill people. No, you definitely need to be in the fear mindset. You need to be hiding, crawling, hiding in bushes, you know, going on top of buildings, sneaking through the sewer, you know, doing whatever you have to do to really try to avoid everything and, you know, be scared. So that's one thing you guys got to keep in mind. Let me just show you guys. You guys have already pretty much seen the overlay of the map and the way this is going to be. But I just want to explain a little bit of the freedom. So everybody is going to start out down here in this area. Runners, sorry. All of the runners will start off down here in this area. Once it's announced, go, everybody will start running. And they're going to make their way moving north. Okay? All of the hunters will start out here. And once the buzzer hits, they will all start moving south. I would imagine if you want to just camp somewhere, you can camp. You could be like, hey, we're going to hold this area right here and wait until the runners get up here. You could do that if you want to. That's fine. However you want to play it, that's fine. You know, you could be like, we're going to go hold this bottleneck over here. You could think, okay, we're going to have 4 of our hunters all stay in this area, and we're going to send a single hunter to go out and patrol and look and see what he can find. He can radio back to the rest of us, and then we'll all go out. However you guys want to play it out, that's fine. But essentially, once that buzzer is released, that's when the game will start. All of the runners will essentially start making their way, scrambling however they want to do it, up through the city and the map, avoiding the red areas, of course, avoiding the undead and all of the survivors that are potentially hidden in the city and through the hillsides here. What else do I want to add to this? I did this meeting like last minute, so I usually have a whole like written list of things that I'll go over. I don't have a list. So I'm kind of shooting from the hip right now. Okay. Does anybody have any discussions or any questions? Let's all jump back into the other channel. I think I pretty much showed you everything I need to show you guys through the stream. So let's all jump back into the community discussion channel. Okay, so if anybody has any questions at this time or any input that you guys want to put into this, go ahead and raise your hands. I'd love to get any kind of ideas or any kind of add-on things that you guys might have to suggest. Knuckles? Do you have something you want to add?
Yeah. So when you say all the hunters are going to bottleneck down, or all the runners are going to bottleneck up, we can't. We're still in teams of 5, correct?
Teams of 5 for hunters, teams of 4 for runners.
Okay, so it's 4 for runners and 5. Okay.
Yep.
So if my team's involved in something with a hunter team, right?
What's your team?
I'm a runner.
Okay.
Just for example, I don't know if I'm going to be a runner yet. Whatever.
Yep.
But let's say I'm a runner and I'm involved in a hunter, let's say shootout at a bottleneck point. If someone's on a different team from a runner, should we just wait, or how should we play that? So it's not like 8 runners on 5 hunters.
Well, it wouldn't be. Well, here's the thing. It wouldn't be 8 runners on the hunters, because keep in mind, I feel like a lot of questions that people have been asking have kind of been listed out. If you're a runner, you're hostile towards other runners. So if I see some runners in a shootout with some hunters, and I come up behind them, I'm not going to be like, hey, cool, let's hang out and shoot. I'm going to be like, stabby, stabby, die, die, die.
All right. So that answers your question. Okay.
Yeah. So there's hostility if they're not in your group. They're not your friend. You're not, just because you're both in the same boat, kinda. It doesn't mean that you're for them. You know what I mean? It's very tribe mindset, right. We'll say. You know.
I have 2 more questions. How do you feel about hunters camping the finish line?
I mean, they can camp the finish line if they want to. It's probably going to be difficult though, because. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's like islands. So, I really would not recommend that to a hunter. The only reason I'm going to say I don't recommend that is because your biggest advantage is the fact that you have this mobility on the dirt bike. So if you're like, I'm just going to camp up here at the finish line, shit, I could be a runner, just jump in the ocean, 300 yards down and just swim out there, and you'd never have any way to really get me or do anything to me.
Right. I had so when you're a runner, if you die from a hunter or a zombie, do you respawn, or are you just out?
No, you respawn as both. If you die as a runner, you're gonna respawn down there where you initially started, and you're starting all over. So good luck.
Okay.
If you're a hunter and you die, you get to go back there and teleport to your base and start over. So it's not as bad for hunters to die. That's why, like, as a runner, like, killing hunters is kind of not something that you should be aiming after. It's like a self-defense thing. You know what I mean? Like, if I have to kill them because I can't run or outrun them or what have you, then I have to kill them. You know what I mean? But shit, they could be coming back in 5 minutes. Whereas the hunters, they could just keep knocking off the people that get closest to the end, and they have to start over. And, you know, until a team of runners successfully gets to the Northern Islands, the game continues. Now, if the first team gets there really fast, you know, the rest, it's like, okay, they won. The rest of the teams need to, like, the rest of the runners continue to go at that point. Medics will be able to, each team will have a medic, yeah. Make sure I need everybody, please. This is starting to bother me a little bit. I'm going to be honest with everybody. Everybody, please go to the community event channel. Because a lot of questions that are being asked are literally already explained in here. Everybody look in here. And make sure you read all of this stuff very thoroughly. Each team will have a medic. Each runner team will have a medic. Each runner team will have 4 random strangers. Each team will have a unique color that they must wear. That will be assigned to you. Each team will start with the same amount of money. $40,000 for runners, $50,000 for hunters. It's $10,000 a member. Item shops will be in the starting area to help purchase starting items. There will also be item shops along the way. They will not be marked on the map. You'll just have to stumble across them in some way, recognize them. All teams will start off in the same location. Teams cannot work together. They must show hostility towards each other. For the hunters, teams of 5 random strangers. Again, strangers. Each team will start with the same amount of money. Again, $10,000 a member, $50,000 for the hunter group in total. Item shop for the hunters will be in the hunter area where they can purchase their hunting items, including dirt bikes. Killed hunters will respawn in the hunter area. You have to teleport there, actually. Zombies are not playable. They just roam the map and will attack everybody. The goal of the hunters is to hunt down and kill the runners. The goal of the runners is to reach the safe zone. Some of these details may change, and that's going to go by this meeting, essentially, if any of you guys have any good ideas or input that you want to put into this. Anybody have their hand up or want to add anything? Ruger, you're next. Do you make money? You make a small amount of money over time. Yes. Patricia, I appreciate the shares, and my man Badger. Craig dropping the shares as well. Thank you, brother. I've got 5 shares, 32 reactions, guys. Make sure you drop a share if you're out there watching.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I skimmed through everything really quick. It's the second time reading it. I didn't see. How do you plan on assigning the teams, or is that to be announced?
The admins will assign the teams.
Okay, and that's going to be the day of the event, or are we going to get a heads up or no?
Day of the event, you'll know. You'll find out what your team will be. Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yep. It's all going to be random strangers, so you don't know who you're with until, you know what I mean, you're with them. Some of that's just to throw you guys off. You know what I mean? Just to kind of make it a little bit more chaotic and to try to help you guys improve your communication at the time of, you know. Any other questions? Anybody want to add to anything? It seems like nobody really has any input or ideas. That's fine. We can just go with what we have established. But it's kind of weird because I know, like, maybe 3 days ago, there were several people that had input and things they wanted to add to the event. So if anybody has anything, now is the time.
I got a question.
Whoa. You on your phone?
Yeah, I'm in my bathroom.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
I'm multitasking. As far as the RP goes, like hostility from runners towards other runners, how do you want that to be RP'd out? Do you want like just running up, beating each other up, shooting each other, whatever tools they have available? Or do you want there to be like actual RP involved where it's like, hey, you know, get back, I'll shoot you, kill you, whatever, if you don't leave? Or what do you want?
Kind of along those lines. I really want everybody to be in the mindset of you were snatched out of your everyday life. You could have went to the grocery store, and now next thing you know, like, you're in this event. You know what I mean? So it's like some people in that type of situation, they'll be very fearful and scared of other people, and they'll want to just avoid them, right? Some people would be freaking savages, and they'll be like, I've been waiting for this shit. I'm going to go up and club that dude over the head behind his back. Some people might say, get the hell out of here, I'll hurt you. You know what I mean? All of that should be role played out. There's not going to be too much role play between hunters and runners, but I want a lot of role play in amongst the groups. So if I am a runner, I need to be role playing 1,000% with my other runners. Where are you from? How did you get here? What are we doing here? What is going on? What do we do? Who are those people? That needs to be your mindset. This is how you need to be acting. Not just like, okay, cool, like, yeah, like, we're gonna play this like it's a video game. No, you're going into the mindset of, what the fuck? You know, like, what is going on? Who are you guys? What, you know what I mean? Like, there will be that initial fear and that initial thought process, and then it needs to be like, okay, look, they're telling us that we're a group together, and that we are going to be hunted, and that if we're the first ones to get to the end, that we get to go back to our families. That needs to be your mindset as a runner. So that, you know, that's how you should be communicating with each other and thinking. If you are a hunter, you're going to be in this other mindset of you are a bunch of convicted murderers, we'll say, that were basically on death row. And now you have a secondary chance. And the secondary chance is, if you kill the most runners, you get to go back and have a wiped sentence. You get a clean slate. So this should be the mindset of the hunter is, you know, with your other hunters, you're a group that's working together, but you want to be the one member of your group that is the top dog, kind of. You know what I mean? That kind of mindset. So does anybody have any questions about that? Do you guys all understand where we're going to be coming from with this whole thing? Loud pedal. You there, broski?
Yeah, you got me?
Yes, sir.
All right, so my question would be then, so if that was the case of, you know, get as many people as you can as a hunter, will the runners have an item on them that they have to collect from the runners once they kill them?
That's a good idea. I think what I want to do is like a dog tags, but not dog tags. Something like that, yeah.
Okay. That's all I got.
Okay, right on. I'm still not sure what that's going to be. Because dog tags, I mean, that's initially like what I thought of, but I don't really think that makes too much sense. And then I was thinking like maybe a limb, like you cut off an arm or an ear or finger. I don't know. Something morbid, but something that kind of fits.
Goes hand in hand with what he just said. Lootable bodies, yes or no? Obviously, if we're collecting a dog tag or something like that. But
yep. If we show up late, can we still come in? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can still come in late for this event. Splash tea on my face. Okay, any other input or anything, guys? Come on. Add to it. If not, then we will call it at this. And I look forward to getting into the event. It's going to be Friday night, 7 o'clock. Tomorrow, I will put up a post so that you guys will be able to select which role you want to have. If you either want to be a runner or if you want to be a hunter. So think about what was discussed here. Try to understand the mind frame or the mindset of both roles and what you really want to role play out. What you think you would be able to role play out the best. ID card. Yeah, an ID card might not be a bad idea, like a driver's license or something. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to come up with an idea. If anybody has a suggestion on that too, let me know. something that the hunters could collect from the fallen runners, if you will. But yeah, guys, if you're interested in, participating, make sure you guys keep an eye on the post that will come up tomorrow. And also make sure you just familiarize yourself with everything that has been announced so far about the event. I really want to make sure that everybody's on the same page going into this. And make sure that we have a great time like we did with the last event. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you. We will call this short and sweet. All right, guys, that is it for the discussion. Honestly, I thought there was going to be more people there for the discussion and a lot more input, but I guess we got it lined up pretty well. There might be people busy. This was kind of a last-minute discussion gathering, so that might be part of it. But, yeah, hopefully it's a good time, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Hunters can take running shoes. Oh, there you go. Collect shoes. That's kind of a cool idea. Appreciate all the shares. Chris, Jenna, Patricia, Badger, my man. Thank you guys for the shares. So, yeah, guys, this is going to be on Friday. I will post up the details here one more time. Even I get lost. There we go. So the Run for Your Life event. So far, we've got 35 people that are saying that they want to participate. Hopefully, we can get that many people out there. That'd be fantastic if we could. But yeah, here's all the event details. Friday, the 24th, in the event server, 7 p.m. until unknown how long it's going to take for this sort of thing to be completed. But here's the rundown on everything. Also, the event map, starting location, finishing location. It's up to you guys how you want to navigate this whole thing. So definitely looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. And yeah, that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to end the stream, and we'll be out here role-playing tonight. I'm not sure what character I'm going to do yet, but I'll see you guys then. All right, later, y'all.